And one of the problems with getting older these days and the way our modern culture's going is that probably for the first time since our 20s, we are exposed once more to the vagaries and traumas of having to form new relationships and, God forbid, one night stands. And I have to admit that I was bloody useless at this when I was a teenager and in my 20s, and I'm equally as poor at it as I approach my 50s. And there's nothing more harrowing than to be in a one night stand with a woman, and as she starts to sober up, because they're always pissed, she looks at you as you're doing the deed, and the expression on her face can only be described as the same as an unfortunate woman coming round in a dentist chair, finding the dentist sitting there with a sick grin on his face, smelling his fingers, her knickers around her ankles, and he's telling her that she might just fancy having a gargle before she leaves. It's truly terrible. Anyway, I'm happily married again, so that's all behind me. But I decided that irrespective of that, I'm never ever having a one night stand again. My last one absolutely is my last one. It's a tale so disturbing that I feel that it's got to be shared with you, and hopefully it will serve as a consummate lesson to us all, especially some of the younger people in the audience, especially the students. One night stands are trauma. Use them at your peril. I'll tell you about my last one. Imagine the scene, if you will, ladies and gentlemen. I wake up on a Sunday morning with a terrible hangover, open my eyes and wonder, why has somebody redecorated my bedroom? And what on earth made them move the window? And as I'm contemplating this predicament, I hear a noise behind me that can be best described as the snore of a hibernating bear. As I gingerly roll over, I find myself face to face with possibly the largest land mammal on mainland Britain. Now, don't get me wrong, she turned out to be a perfectly nice woman. Not saying a word against her, there was just rather a lot of her. And as I tried to make my move to escape, she grabbed me by the left arm and said, "Before you go, would you do that thing for me that you did last night? It was nice." And with that one word, nice, my fate was sealed forever. I could not hear the word nice without breaking into a cold sweat and feeling physically sick. I had no idea what she meant, but I soon got the idea when she pushed my head downwards. And since she was considerably bigger than me, um, and possibly the worst fighter on the planet, and she was between me and the door, I decided discretion was the better part of valour. So, with her hand still firmly clasped over my skull, I made my way southwards over what I thought was the least mountainous route. And soon, ladies and gentlemen, I found myself in what can only be described as an extremely ill-maintained, heavily wooded thicket. I half expected to find Bill Oddie or Kate Humble in there preparing for this season's Fanny Watch. I hooked my feet over the end of the bed to ensure that I didn't get sucked in and lost forever, and adopted the technique of the freestyle swimmer. 2 strokes, breathe to the right, 2 strokes, fucking big breath to the left. And within a few minutes the deed was done. I looked up over the mountainous route between me and her and saw a smiling face. And she said, "That was amazing. It wasn't just nice, it was very, very nice. Nobody's ever done that for me before." "What?" Do you mean nobody's done that for you before? And with that, she passed me down a tube and said, all I wanted you to do was put some more of my thrush cream on for me. I've got a terrible sweaty itch down there and I can't quite reach. Well, I was, Jesus Christ, Jesus Christ. I ran out of there and scrubbed and flossed and brushed and gargled like there was no tomorrow, but it was all too late, ladies and gentlemen. You may look at me and think, that's a rather trendy goatee beard that he's got there. But in fact, it isn't. It is in fact facial thrush. I have to dye it, not because it's going grey, because its natural colour is in fact green. I'm the only person in the United Kingdom that is prescribed Canesten pessaries and suppositories to be taken orally. I suck on these buggers every day and it's doing me no good whatsoever. For all the good they're doing, I might as well shove them up my arse. The only side effect they've had, and normally this wouldn't be such a problem, is they've turned my pubic hair the most vivid orange colour. And you know what it's like, well, particularly the gentlemen, you know when it's freezing cold in the middle of the night, you get up for a pee, or if you're nervous, the old man gets a bit shriveled up and disappears, and your nuts also sort of shrivel up a bit and try and head back into your belly for warmth and protection. And it becomes a kind of unsightly, knobbly mess. I think we've all had that. The trouble is for me now, when that happens because of this pubic hair, when I look in the mirror or look downwards, all I can see is fucking Mick Hucknall looking back at me. And it's really disturbing, having external genitalia that are the spitting image of Mick Hucknall. And this has provided me with yet another unfortunate side effect, something that is equally disturbing. When you get to my age, frequently you don't perform quite as well as you once did. That can be whether you're with a woman or just having one over the wrist. And often you try and nothing happens, and it's all a bit sad, really. Now when that happens to me, all I can hear in my head is, if you don't know me by now, you will never, never, never know me. And it's really unpleasant. Really unpleasant. I don't deserve it. One night stands. Avoid them at all costs.